You are watching Start Studies Co, another video from class 11 electronics. It is part 5. It is about thermistor. So before going to thermistor, I would highly recommend that you please subscribe my videos and as well as my channel. Please do subscribe, like and share my videos so that we can grow together. So now in electronics thermistor, what is a thermistor? We are going to study that. Now, when we studied about resistor, there are different type of resistor I spoke about in my previous videos. You can refer to them in my playlist, which is under the name resistances. Okay, you can go and refer to the previous videos if you have not watched them. Otherwise, if you are a subscriber, you must be knowing it. Now, in resistor, we have studied about two types of resistor. One is a linear one, another is a non-linear one. Linear one we finished already. Here in non-linear, we are going to study today thermistor. As the name is suggesting, it is a thermally controlled resistor. Thermistor generally acts as a thermal sensor. Now, where do we need this thermal kind of sensor? Where do we use it? You can see it is in smoke detector, fire alarm, anything that is related to temperature, you can see it there. So this is also used in our mobile devices, fridge, as well as temperature, any type of temperature controller you are seeing, that is a thermal sensor and a thermistor is being used. Okay, so we are going to again after that. So what would be the definition of a thermistor? Definition would be, it is a two-terminal solid state, thermally sensitive or temperature sensitive, you can say also, transducer. Due to dependence on the temperature, it is also called transducer, because according to the temperature change, we can change the resistance here. It may be linear or non-linear depending upon the requirement of the circuit. Now, this transducer allows significant change in resistance R with respect to change in temperature. That is the definition. Now you have to understand it, why I am telling that temperature will be linear or non-linear depending upon the circumstances in the circuit. You can see here I have shown you, these are some thermistors which are called also disc or bead shaped, which will go later on. It is depending on the shape of their devices. One is disc one, another is cylindrical one. This is the cylindrical one. It can be bead shaped also, depending upon the requirement. And they all are used as thermal sensors. This is a reference to the thermistor. If you came along across this device, you can easily know it is a thermal sensor. It acts as a thermal sensor, so it is a thermistor. So then we will go on to the working of it. Working is basically according to the Ohm's law, which says that V equals to IR, and we also said that R is directly or somehow dependent on the temperature. Now if it is dependent on the temperature can be in a thermistor, it is, I am telling, the temperature can be changed in the circuit in two types. Now if you think of it, it can be internally or externally. Now externally increasing the temperature is very easy. because whenever we are rating a register, we are rating it at room temperature. You must understand. Now, if you want to increase the ambient room temperature from 25 degree to 30 degree Celsius or 40 degree Celsius, the of course with the temperature increase, it will also change the resistance. So that is called external change of temperature. What is the internal change of temperature? Now, as we see, if there is a sudden change of current or surge of current, if there is an increase in the current I, or there is a sudden surge in the voltage, of course the R will be changed. Now, when R is changed, the temperature has to, there are some registers used so as to control the temperature in the circuit, so that we will have the desired value of resistance. And that's how we can change the variation of temperature with respect. We can use this to our advantage, and we can change the temperature internally or externally so as to provide the desired value of resistance required in a thermal sensor, which is also called a thermistor. This is the thermistor is also called. Now you can see the second equation. This we already know. This is the temperature coefficient we spoke about in previous classes. R is dependent upon R0 whole into 1 plus alpha whole into T minus T0, where T0 is the room temperature or the temperature given at a particular 0 degree Celsius, suppose, and T would be after theta degree increase. Okay, this was the notation for R equals to R0 into square bracket 1 plus alpha whole into T minus T0 bracket ends. Now this is the relation, this is the first equation which will be valid for thermistor. R equals to R0 into e to the power beta into bracket starts 1 by T minus 1 by T0. These are the usual notations as the second one. The only notation which I have given extra is beta. Beta is the material specific constant. What does that exactly mean? If you are taking a silicon or semiconductor material, the material has a specific constant value which has to be put when you are calculating the resistivity of that particular material. So this equation is important in terms of thermistor. Now I can say thermistor will be, can be said disc shaped, bead shaped, cylindrical, depending upon the sizes and shapes. But it is also of two types depending upon the temperature coefficient. One is called NTC, another is called PTC. Now in NTC, as the name is suggesting, it is acronym for negative temperature coefficient. What does that exactly means? That means that when the temperature is increasing, the resistance is decreasing. Or I can simply say, when I put it in an equation, delta, the change in resistance is equal to K into delta T, change in temperature. Now the K is the negative temperature coefficient, if I say so. K will be the negative temperature coefficient. Okay, and this is the relation here. The temperature is the coefficient is negative. That's why the thermistor is called NTC. And if we draw a graph like this, temperature in x-axis and the variable R in the y-axis, we can find the graph will be like this. It is drastically dropping down when we are going from negative temperature to positive temperature, which is 0 degree. then it is constantly increasing, which is very appreciable. Okay, so this is also one type of understanding. When you see a graph, you must understand what the graph is relating to. The graph is relating to how the resistance is changing according to the temperature. Here we can see when the temperature is ranging from negative to positive, then the resistance is first decreasing, then it is increasing as per the requirement. So NTC is basically made up of metal oxides, which are cobalt, nickel, chromium, like that, which we have discussed earlier also. Here I also want to mention that NTC thermistors are very cheap and ready to use. Okay, that's why we will use it in mobile, fridge, hair dryer, fire alarm. So wherever it is needed in a very minimal quantity and has the precision of the temperature. As the temperature will increase, the resistance first will decrease, then it will increase linearly. That's why it is used in fire alarm. Okay, why we are using NTC thermistor in fire alarm? Because after it is reaching the desired range of temperature, beyond that it is increasing, just like the Ohm's law variance. Okay, that's why we can see whenever there is an increase in temperature, if it is going above the room temperature or the desired range, the resistance will increase. That's how it will beep or sense temperature is rising, and it will notify us. That's why it is used in mobile devices whenever they are being charged, so that the circuit or device will not get hampered. In fridge, in hair dryers, they are basically used as temperature controllers. Okay, after that there is certain thing in NTC which we need to know, and same with PTC. What is that? That is actually heat dissipation. Now, what do you mean by heat dissipation? Whenever a resistance is being heated or it is open to the temperature change, then of course there will be some kind of heat that would be generated inside the core of the NTC, right? The negative temperature coefficient thermistor. If that happens, so that core will be heated, and when the core will be heated, I am telling after certain range of temperature, after after the temperature is greater than 25 degrees Celsius, the core of NTC will also get heated. That means resistance is also being increased as per the temperature. So the precision may be compromised. Okay, maybe the precision will not be there after the core of the NTC will be heated. So the heat dissipation will compromise the precision of the device. That's why it is not being used in many high functioning and high temperature rating, and where the exact or precise controllers, it is not being used. Now, what is heat capacity? Heat capacity will be that it is the heat required to raise the temperature through 1 degree Celsius. Okay, so what is basically the range of temperature? 50 degrees Celsius to 300 degrees Celsius. It is 50 to 300. So you must understand, whenever there is a range of 50 to 300, the device cannot get compromised due to heat dissipation. But beyond 300, it may get compromised. That's why there is always a power rating or heat capacity rating always written in NTC thermistors as well as PTC thermistor. But it is very cheap and we can use it anywhere and ready to use. I must say the notation for NTC, the thermistor is a register, so this will be two device thing, and this will be like this. with written minus T degree Celsius. This would be noted symbol for NTC thermistor. So what would be a PTC thermistor? For the PTC thermistor, the symbol would be like this, same as any register, but it will be written as plus T degree Celsius. Okay, this is for positive temperature coefficient. What does that exactly mean? Now, positive temperature coefficient means as the temperature will increase, there are actually in PTC there are two types of resistor. One is resistor made up of silicon, which is a semiconductor, you know that I suppose, and here the resistance varies linearly as temperature. Now in switching type, another PTC is switching type. What do you mean by switching type? Resistor, I don't need to give you the diagram. The diagram is same as the linear graph like this. The graph for resistor will be like this only, linear one. Now for switching type, which is basically made up of some polycrystalline ceramic body, and it is made up to bear some up to certain temperature, which is also called the threshold. Let me show you it in a graph. It would be, I will change the color. This is the red one is for resistor made up of silicon, and another one is called like this. It will drop drastically, and then this is the threshold point, the critical temperature for that particular material from which switching type thermistor is made. Okay, after that it will perform like a linear one. Okay, so let me show you so that you will easily understand what is happening with resistor and with the switching type. The green one is the switching type. Graph is always the same. Here you are taking the independent variable, that is temperature, and here you are taking the resistor. Okay, resistance. So as the temperature is increasing, for resistor it is a linear one. So for resistor it would be R varies as T. For switching type, what happens? As it is the thermistor in PTC having positive temperature coefficient, that's why the alpha is positive here. What does that exactly mean? That means first of in this particular area, up till this threshold point, in this particular area, the resistance is inversely varies as the temperature. That means if the temperature is increasing, the resistance is decreasing, of course. Then it is increasing to a very high value, which is called the threshold point. And after that, after the threshold is reached, which is the critical temperature for that particular thing, it is reached beyond. After that it is simply R varies as T, that means it is linear. Okay, so switching type, we can make it according to the temperature changes, we can make it a switching type. Why it is the name is called switching type? Because at some point it is acting as inversely proportional to the temperature, so that the alpha is positive or the temperature coefficient is positive. But beyond threshold or after threshold, the resistance is linearly varies as temperature. And that's why it is called switching type resistor or thermistor, which is a very useful thing. And where we should use switching type resistors. Basically, PTC are used as fuses. Okay, now they are also fuses in when it is of resistor, it is normally used in small heaters. It is also used in thermostats, which is of course a thermal sensor. Thermostat we use in freeze or AC also. You should be knowing it. Now, in some cases, what happens in a switching type, what happens, first of all, the core of the thermistor will get heated. Okay, and when it will reach the critical temperature, it will act as a fuse, so that the circuit will be, when there is a further increase in temperature. So what do you mean by fuse? Whenever the thermistor starts heating, that means there is a surge of current. The current is hitting the core inside it, or there is of course a voltage, high voltage, and it is coming to this thermistor, so that when it is reaching the critical temperature, if that is the case, then it will blow away, or it will act as a fuse, so that it will resist, or it will stop the flow of current, or it will act as a current controller. It will act as a current controller. But in some cases, it will also act as a voltage regulator, depending how it is being used in the circuit. So basically, thermistor is a temperature controlling device, or we can say it is a thermal sensor wisely used in a circuit, so that we will know whether there is any kind of temperature surge or not. As there is a range, it is being given at 50 degree to 300 degrees Celsius. It has get a very stable range of temperature, so we can use it in different methods in various ways. So this is it from me today. I hope you will never forget to subscribe my channel, so that we will grow together. Hope to see you soon. Please subscribe my video and share with your friends. Take care. Have a good day.